Okay. I know you've read or heard about that game, movie, or comic, blah, blah, but you haven't heard it from us. So chill, relax. Let us talk all about it before you log off.
Sneeze?
That's terrible.
Yeah, fuck.
We're going to do it anyway. What's up, everybody? You are listening to Before You Log Off, and my eye is watering.
Yep.
It's something like vicious right now.
Stop touching your eye.
It doesn't help.
You're going to get that Forrest Whitaker again.
It doesn't help.
I can see it.
Devastating.
I can see it.
Is that what it is?
I can see it.
I'm here with internationally known Steven Gutierrez. And apparently he has the Joker syndrome. For the love of everything. Jeez.
Oh, hello, everybody.
And I'm here with Adam Sodonym Spy.
You see,
What was
Sodomy
see?
Spy? What?
You've got to see Golden Child. I swear. You've got to. It'll make sense if you watch the Golden
I heard
Child.
sodomy, and I am offended.
There's nothing wrong with two consenting adults doing consenting things. That's all I'm going to say. That is all.
I've got no follow-up to
Exactly.
that.
It's still pretty open.
The Joker movie is out, everybody. And like it or not, it's terrible.
Or not.
So I'm not going to go watch it in theaters. Adam, are you going to go watch it in theaters?
In theaters, probably not.
And Steven, are you going to watch it in theaters?
No. Was that a serious question?
On Blu-ray, Fire Stick, what are you going to do? Adam.
I have an app that lets me.
That's what I thought. So. That's what I freaking thought.
It's just going to be in Japanese.
That's what I thought.
They'll make money whether I pay for it or not. It's fine.
So I mean, from what I've read and what I've heard so far, it just seems like, what's his name? Phoenix Joaquin. He does spectacular, but I mean, like, he's a whatever actor. Okay. Because we've already had our discussions about him and stuff like that. One thing that I did hear about him is that sometimes he would just walk off set.
Yeah, it's kind of a douchebag.
I would throw a water bottle at him. I would, no problem.
Except when Robert De Niro was on
Except
set.
for, when Bobby D, no.
Because Robert
No.
De Niro is connected to the real mob.
Yeah,
he probably
he's not
is
gonna.
the real mob.
You're not gonna play that crap with Bobby D.
Yeah, because Robert De Niro would shove a baseball bat.
Exactly.
In wrecked him.
But no, that's a true story. Robert De Niro was the only person he did not want to walk out on. Yeah, everybody else, pancakes.
Respect him, or you get a bat in the
Ooh.
rectum.
Yeah.
He can do what he wants. I mean, if De Niro did it, would it be fine?
Yeah.
He's Robert De Niro. Who's going to tell him anything?
Yeah. Robert De Niro gets that right. He gets that
Because-
right. He did Heat. He did Heat.
Black actors.
Yeah.
Black actors.
He did. What's the other one?
You're ridiculous.
No, the what's the other one with my.
He was in Stardust.
No. What's the
He's pretty good at that.
He was in Stardust. Go fuck yourself.
what's the movie with him and dude from
William
City Slickers?
Shankenspeare.
Oh,
It's the where he plays the mob
not the anger
psychiatrist.
management one. But
Oh,
Come on, you guys are
They
the
made a
movie
sequel.
guys. You're the movie
I know
guys.
what
Come
you're
on.
talking about. Oh, God.
they made a sequel to it.
Yes, they did.
And
The Hitman's Wife. What is
No,
it
no,
called?
no. Analyze this.
Analyze this. Thank you.
Sequel's
Analyze
Analyze
that.
That.
There we go. All right, we can move on now,
Got
everybody.
it. Nailed it.
that would have taken me another 10 minutes, I think.
That probably would have taken me a
One
whole
Steven.
year.
Never saw either of them.
You've never seen any of them?
I've seen Analyze
I-
this. I
it-
don't think I've seen Analyze that.
First of all, Steven, how are you going to do a movie podcast with somebody that's never seen
Oh,
Analyze
okay.
this or that? The Golden Child with Sarah Newspa.
All the movies.
That
All the
actually hurt
movies.
me a little bit when you
All
said
the
you haven't
movies
seen Golden
he's
Child.
admitted to.
Have you seen any of the Beverly Hills Cops movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I don't know.
Do you?
I question you sometimes.
Oh, because I finally admit to some movies I haven't
Yes,
seen.
I question you
Okay.
sometimes.
Okay.
So, one movie that you will see is the next Spider-Man in the actual Marvel universe because one Tom Holland, everybody,
Thomas J. Holland.
Took out his cell phone,
I don't know
took
if
out
dialed some numbers.
took out his T-Mobile sponsored cell phone
It was probably Boost.
and called
That's
that's if he has Boost Mobile. For the love of everything, Tom,
He's Spider-Man.
you're making money now. You can.
Well, he's from England. Don't they use like Morse
Orange.
code?
Wait, what did you say?
Orange?
Orange? What is that? Is that a
fuck
real?
is that?
Is that an English thing?
Isn't there a UK?
Isn't it like BBC phone? I thought the government
Is
runs
that like
everything
Cricket
over there,
Wireless? When I first heard of Cricket, it was in a small town. I was
Yeah.
like, is that a local thing? And
Yeah,
then it
no,
just-
it's everywhere now.
it's everywhere.
Yeah. So no, he
Oh.
picked up.
Apparently they joined with T-Mobile.
Oh, good lord. Look at it, Mister. I'm gonna plug my company no matter what.
So technically, Aaron probably wasn't.
I was
wrong.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's do what you tell God. But
So Tom Holland, after hearing the news that Sony and Disney weren't getting along over Spider-Man deal, decided to call Mr. Iger, the CEO of Sony, and
Soon to be.
I mean, give it time. They're just gonna buy him, so whatever.
this is all planned.
And he told him, I don't know, what do you think the conversation went like?
It was all planned.
Really?
This is planned from day one.
Well, but how does this help with saying that Tom Holland did it though? Called.
So what would have happened if one of them reconciled with the other one? The other one would be the asshole, right?
Correct.
But if he comes in and says, "Hey guys, let's do this," then they both either equally look like assholes, or they both look like they're the saviors of the people, or they don't care at all and they just go like, "Oh, Tom Holland, savior of the day," and they stop talking about both companies altogether. So either way, it's a fucking win just by bringing them into it.
Very true. It's definitely a win-win. But I would have passed that trophy baton to Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
I think he's.
And be like, even when I'm not in the movies, I'm saving the movies.
I think he's.
Right? Come on. It's Robert De Niro.
What just happened?
At 6 degrees.
Yeah, somehow.
Aaron Carter losing his goddamn mind.
It somehow it
I got something in my eye.
connects.
Are you going to get a face tattoo next?
No, good lord.
Are you sure? Because it seems like you're losing.
No,
it.
that man he's disturbed. He is actually disturbed.
No,
Yeah.
that's
He's Joaquin
that's
Phoenix.
That's David Draymond.
Wow. That's terrible. For those that don't know, Aaron Carter, the singer, quote unquote, I'm putting the quotations. You can't see it on the podcast, but
Who was the first one? We don't know.
I'm like 10 years older than you.
Oh, are you?
Are you? I don't know.
Who was the first one?
Who was the first? I don't know.
Chronologically, I would say I am.
I don't know when he was born.
But he was talking about killing killing children to his brother.
Oh, all right.
Whose brother is, of course, Nick Carter, whose wife is pregnant at the time. So he put a restraining order against him.
1987.
So I'm not that old, actually, but I am older than him. So there it is. Boom. 1 point me. So anyway, Tom Holland saves the MCU because without Spider-Man, I'm sorry, it was looking sketchy.
It was hearing about it was sounding a little rough. It's because they didn't know what to do with Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel.
We were the only ones freaking out. They knew.
I didn't freak out.
I mean,
He's
freaked
talking
out
about
a little bit.
I say we, the humans, because the internet just completely, oh my God, 50-50. Either people I literally didn't care, or, oh my God, what's wrong with you? But they were trucking along all the same.
You know, the people that irritated me the most on this whole saga were the people that were like, Spider-Man's going to be fine. They're going to make good movies. I wanted to kick them in the throats. All of them.
Those are the people that like the X-Men franchise.
Oh my gosh, I hate those people.
Those are the people that really like DC movies.
I still haven't seen the last couple X-Men movies, but Dark Phoenix was the last one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I didn't watch that one, and I just saw somebody post on, "Hey, finally got to see it," and it was atrocious, worst movie ever made. And I went and read the comments, and somebody was like, "I don't know what you guys are talking about. I've loved all the X-Men movies,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
thought this one was the best of them." And it was like, okay, there's clearly
But it's sad because
delusional people.
Some of those people in that movie are actually good actors. Michael Fassbender's good.
They wasted a lot of good
for it.
people. James McAvoy.
What's her name? I'm thinking of Phoenix.
Said, "Oh man, everyone was good in that
Sansa
movie."
Stark.
Fassbender. Fassbender.
Well, I mean, yeah, James is all right.
He's gonna start throwing out random first names.
He's all
He's gonna
right.
start naming their actual
Charles,
X-Men themselves.
James McAvoy.
Cyclops.
No, Cyclops. The kid that plays Cyclops, he needs to retire from acting. Like that was, you don't even know his name exactly.
Was it the same?
It was the same guy from
Wolverine?
First Class. No, wait.
What?
Not First Class, excuse me. Whatever the one that came before Phoenix.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse,
Yeah,
thank you.
because it's the same characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I don't know if that's the same one or not that they used in the
In the old ones?
in the Logan one.
No,
not the
no,
old
no,
ones,
no,
the,
no.
the young Logan, or not the young Logan, but the
Old Man Logan?
no, the first one. What was that one?
X-Men?
X-Men.
No, his standalone, just Wolverine, right? And then the
Oh,
second
yeah,
one was
Wolverine. Yeah. I know what you're talking about because they put there was a Cyclops in the Wolverine movie.
where he helped everyone escape or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was.
It's not the
one.
same guy. No, it's not the same. That kid probably should have played it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that scene.
Yeah,
They retconned that whole franchise.
Forgettable
That
movie.
never happened.
It's a forgettable movie. Speaking of Marvel, it seemed like a lot of Marvel stories.
Look, man, I just
Sponsors?
went with whatever was on the top of the list.
We got new sponsors.
It's
over
not
here?
my fault. It's whatever kind of was announced today or the other day. Right.
Well, today is New York Comic Con. Was it the first day?
I
No,
didn't put any of that shit in.
I don't know if today was the first day.
No, well, Emma put day 2, so I'm assuming it's at least day 2.
But nobody really does anything the first day of like the
They
events.
show up.
It's like the weekend is the big like come to the con. What was I saying? The conversation, the convention. Thank you.
I was like the convict.
The convention. So you go on the weekend, and the big stuff happens the weekend. So maybe I don't know what the equivalent for San Diego's Hall H is to New York.
New York.
But that's when you go, that's when you go see the real spoilers of stuff. So, did you guys watch any of the trailers for the TV shows the Marvels are doing? Like the Runaways, they showed the trailer for
I
that.
have not seen any of those trailers.
So it was a very brief trailer. It just kind of picks up, of course, the last place that it left off, which is fine, if like anything does. But I was telling Steven before the show, it's kind of off the rails now.
The Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was telling the Steven.
Yeah.
Just Steven.
Yes. He said that's how you address me every single time from now on.
Every
The Steven. You
time.
say it all together.
Steven Universe.
So I don't know. I'm hyped about it. I'm gonna watch it, of course. Cloak and Dagger is gonna be in it. They showed a little cameo from the
Which is
trailer.
still upsetting that they're
Cancel it.
only doing one episode.
Yeah, I can see how that's
give me
upsetting.
give me at least 2 episodes.
If you're gonna do a crossover, you want to see, a lot. Well, they're hour-long episodes, so maybe it'll be a.
Still not enough.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
get
Like
you.
it's like I feel like they'll meet 30 minutes into it, and then it's like
I
they
would be
exit.
livid if
You know
it
what I
was
mean?
one of those situations. They need to meet at the end of the previous episode, and then that episode the whole time they're there. That's how it needs to be.
Yeah,
Cliffhanger
just to kinda
it.
jump it right into
Exactly. Cliffhanger the crap out of it, and then next episode give it all.
You know what they need to do is like episode 1, somebody finds like I don't know a weird cut in the wall that looks like something Dagger would have done. You know what I mean?
Okay.
like something
Something
unique
that nod to
that
them.
kind of not, and then everybody, all the fans are like, "That's them."
Yes.
and then like little subtle hints, and then they finally meet, and then the episode.
I'm really, really hoping that Marvel finds some way to bring everybody home, either through Disney Plus, either through their movies, which I don't think it's going to happen
I
through the
thought
movies.
Disney Plus, I thought that was the idea of Disney Plus was.
I really hope so, because with their budget, like what is it, like 100 million per episode type of situation?
Something
Like
that, yeah.
they're doing movie time budgets with these little shows.
But they got movie time actors in
Very
in
true.
these shows.
So you think it's going all to payroll? Because you mean
A good portion of
Mackey's
it,
not
yeah.
going for
A good portion
100,000.
of
I'll
it,
tell you that.
Well, yeah, because they're I don't know actually the
What-
time,
what's-
how long
What's her name?
is to film a show compared to
I
a movie?
have no
'Cause I know
idea.
movies can go like 6
Well, they're
months.
not technically shows. They're like mini series, I guess, because it's only 8 episodes, right?
Yeah, but they got to put the same like
Details into everything.
details
yeah.
into it. They got a same type of just as good. You know what I mean?
I gotta think.
Quality.
I gotta think. A lot of the budget is going to paying these actors.
And I
'Cause-
hope they do the same thing with Star Wars.
Oh well, you already saw the Mandalorian. That looks.
That I'm actually really interested in that, and I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I do enjoy watching them.
Is Obi-Wan going to be on Disney Plus?
Yeah,
That's what that is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was a Hulu thing.
No, Disney Plus.
Okay. It needs to
I
hurry
thought
up.
that was it. They just got hired for it.
The-
something Cho, right?
the
Or
director?
Chow,
Yeah, we
Cho?
talked about it last episode. Deborah
Yeah,
Chow.
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
was.
okay, yeah,
Disney
Deborah, I
Plus,
couldn't
right?
remember.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what it was.
All right. We agree.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Hands
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
Good? Huh?
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay.
So yeah.
We didn't really better.
But
Bring it. Way to pull back the curtain. Jeez. Now they're like, they probably sitting at home like.
All those times they told us they were doing shit.
But yeah, we'll see. One more month, because right, November is when it Disney Plus drops.
yeah, you're able to pre-order it, right? Am I?
The hell if I know.
Did I hear that?
Can you? Nobody's done it yet.
I haven't. I keep meaning to look like at their
I have this
website.
app on my phone.
I have
Oh,
a
that's
damn
neat.
That's
computer
terrible.
screen
Yeah.
in front of me. Hold on,
Terrible.
let me see.
Well, while you're looking that one up, Disney Plus, since we're talking about it, may not be on Fire TV, everybody. So if you got the Fire TV stick, is that what you use for Fire TV? Whatever. So Disney confirmed that all platforms on which it's going to be available on, and there was a notable omission. Amazon Fire TV ecosystem, or ecosystem if you're from the UK. It seems companies are tussling over terms for not just Disney Plus, but apps like ESPN Plus and the Disney Channel.
Send in Tom Holland.
Apparently, if he's the fixer.
He's the closer.
Apparently, he's the closer.
Negotiate.
Give me Holland.
Give me Holland.
Give me Holland. Damn it! Now I need that damn cricket, Jerry.
Cricket, Jerry.
But yeah, Amazon reporting wants a large percentage of ad space on Disney apps, which the entertainment giants said, "Get the hell out of here with that one." We just talked with Sony about getting money, so you're gonna have to. Yeah, you have to go somewhere.
It sounds like Tom would be the one.
Yeah, you might as well.
I might sign up for this right now.
Well, how much is it?
Well, according to this, it said $69.99 for the year.
That's not bad at all.
So,
because it's supposed to be $12.99 by itself each month.
I remember if you ordered it.
How much was the month?
It was $6.99.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of the bundle. Because wasn't the bundle?
Oh, the Hulu bundle.
Yeah. I need everything because I need my ESPNs. It's the only place they freaking play soccer.
The Liam Neesons.
Yeah.
See, then
The
I
Liam
might
Neesons.
have to.
You might have to wait. Might have to hold the horses.
Have to wait then, because I also have Hulu. So if I can just bundle that shit together,
Exactamundo.
I'll do that.
Exactamundo. I don't need Hulu. Well, I mean, what's on Hulu? The Runaways. Damn it!
Hulu has its perks.
I'm loving me some Hulu lately.
What are you watching on it?
They still have American Dad, Futurama.
Oh
They have a
yeah.
lot of the
Okay.
Rick and Morty. They have all the shows that I just like background noise.
Did you watch or did you find out when Rick and Morty's coming back?
Everything I just read on like 9gag is everyone says that this weekend it's playing like Monday or Sunday or something.
On 9gag.
Yes.
That was like a couple posts in a row. So somebody read something somewhere.
Well,
I tried doing the Googles. I can never trust it because they always just like,
they just give
hey,
you-
we're going to release it in 6 months. And then tomorrow they're just like, all right, fuck it. Let's do it.
Well, dude, one of the writers just died, right?
What?
One of the producers.
Is it the producers? I know it was somebody big for the show.
It was
It was
one of
Justin's friend.
one of the original guys, yeah.
Oh, if it's one of the original guys, because I remember, what was I seeing? Like some behind the scene where they started off small or whatever, and they were doing their little.
yeah.
Damn, that's got to be hit.
But he was a producer, not a writer. So
Yeah, but they still throw stuff in the mix, you know.
They don't, but,
Some of the Mr.
he was a friend.
It needs more farts.
Squanchy could have been his idea.
I squanch my family.
You say it like that.
So just say what's in your squanch, and they'll squanch what you mean.
That's terrible. Hopefully it does come out this weekend because I kind of miss some Rick and Morty. I haven't seen it in a long
It
time.
does not.
I'm not gonna lie. Just going back.
What?
I see
you looked at it-
reports saying November.
Just killing
November.
killing dreams right on the show. Thank you.
I mean, like I said, they'll say one thing and do another.
Jimmy
So.
Terrors, Dream Killer.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, bitch.
Oh, bitch.
Terrible. What's this sacrilegious thing that you put in here about EA leaking personal data?
EA's leaking personal data for your
All right,
FIFAs.
next thing.
First of all,
Next.
what personal data? I almost put my face into this game because they have the put your face on the camera.
Well, guess
I
what?
love, as a society, we're just like, this is my personal stuff. You can't have this. Oh, scan your face and your
See,
dick
here's
and
my-
get
here's
your
my
social and
fingerprints.
everything. Yeah, fuck
Birth
yeah.
certificate?
If I can see
I
myself in the
love
game.
this game.
If the website didn't crash, I would have been on there. I promise you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was
Yeah.
an anonymous saving your.
I think it was for whatever.
Well, it says EA opened a registration
It
for
was like-
FIFA
I think
20
it was an
Global.
event. Yeah, I think that's an event, right?
I've never heard of
You're the
FIFA.
soccer guy.
Yeah, but I played the game. I don't go to their events. What kind of
I don't know. I thought you were just like
Mad
a
psycho?
well-rounded loser. I didn't
Wow.
know.
How can you be a well-rounded? Is that
Like
a
you're a
fat
loser
loser
all-
joke? Wow.
All over.
Wow, that joke had layers to it.
You're the one digging. I said no such thing.
That was deeper than the Joker movie. EA opened up registrations for the FIFA 20
he hasn't
Global.
seen.
I've read it,
No.
and it still reads like crap. All right? So there you go.
This movie's shit. Joaquin Phoenix did great, but that's not the point.
Yeah, write it better, and maybe it'll
Haven't
be
even watched.
better.
You just read.
Yeah.
You read what somebody wrote about it.
I read
So this movie's shit.
the script, and it was garbage.
Oh, yeah.
He acted it out in his room.
And it still was garbage.
Just like he did Tall
Like,
Girl.
I don't watch movies. I read scripts.
First of all, Tall Girl was good. All right.
That
So I
picture.
hear.
It's a
That
solid.
fucking picture.
It's a solid. Did I tell you I watched it?
Oh my god. No.
Yeah.
You told me you
Watched it.
And you saw your face on everybody.
No, I didn't. It is okay. Because
Oh, you did it.
This is a.
He lived it. Adam.
It is. There are definitely issues with it that if you are an adult, you will notice and you'll be like, "There's problems with the movie." But if you are a,
So why does that troll have a penis?
if you're a teen,
If you're a tween,
if you're a teen or tween, it's just a wholesome movie. Like when we were talking about it in the little chat or whatever, and Emma was posting that crap. Like there's a scene where the tall girl is walking through the hall and she's explaining she has size 13 shoes. You know, that's her problem. Men size 13 shoes, bigger than mine because I wear 12. So that means she's got a massive foot.
She's got an inch on you.
So people are talking about how bad it is on internet and stuff like that. And people, of course, have their opinions on things, which is fine. But there was a tweet that somebody took that clip of her walking down the hall saying, I have size 13 shoes, beat that. And then a high school girl going, I have cancer. And then taking off her wig and showing her balding head. And I was like, all right, cool. That
Jesus.
is not the point they were going for. You guys turned it to 11 for a second.
11?
But I was like, they should have put that scene in the movie and then just went credits right after that.
Just said, think about it.
But if you take all that stuff out of the adults and the real world problems, you can see a coming of age film that at least does a couple of
Fails
things
in comparison to
right.
cancer. Got it.
You guys are monsters. You guys are monsters.
Aaron, that was me that put that in.
That is terrible. That is
God.
terrible. Tall Girl, everybody, on Netflix. Go watch it. So anyway, FIFA, everybody,
Oh.
selling your
Oh,
data to the Taliban. So what was happening? There's some profiles that were getting leaked. I don't know what personal information besides credit cards. I guess.
I guess when you signed up for the whatever the I'm gonna say competition. I don't
Okay.
know if it is. I'm probably wrong, but it was asking for a lot of personal information, and people were like putting it in, and then realized that that's not correct. They don't need that information.
Yeah, you should never need like personal information for a soccer game. Like what's going on? And then apparently high-profile professional players were the ones that were kind of getting their data leaked.
I'm thinking this was like some type of
I feel like everybody should have known
esports competition. That's what it sounds like.
to not play a soccer game.
It's
I feel like
it's
that was strike one.
It's terrible.
This is on you. This is your fault.
It's the world sport, all right? And it's just natural to
the
have
world's
a video
been wrong
game
before.
about the world sport. No, Germany's been wrong twice, big time. America's been wrong
Big time.
probably since inception.
That was a good movie.
And you're doing a movie podcast with the band that hasn't seen Inception? Wow.
It's
Are
on
you
my,
just trying to give me a heart? That's
Wow.
another one.
it's on my list.
Good Lord. What list do you have?
A lot.
Clearly.
I haven't seen Aquaman yet.
You can skip that.
Haven't seen
I mean, it was pretty good, but you can skip it. It's 3 hours. It feels like 3 hours.
Infinity Wars.
You have not seen Infinity Wars?
Can we pause this podcast? So I
It
can
makes
stab him?
no sense.
Oh, I read the script, so
It's
it's fine.
introducing our new host.
I felt like I was there.
It's not the same as the Joker. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? That movie's whatever. So yeah, they're losing their stuff. Esports players, be careful whenever you're entering information into a video
Yeah,
Anybody.
game.
all you,
like,
all
Anybody
you
be
professionals
careful.
listening to us right now,
That makes no sense.
to take care of you, showcase your bits.
Actually, I saw that who just won Overwatch League, San Francisco Shock. They just
Why'd you say it like that?
is that how you
Why
call
you
them?
keep doing the Hitler stash while you're
San Francisco Shock. There's absolutely no correlation
So
between.
I don't understand why. I just wait.
Yes,
I'm just waiting for him
the
to go.
San Francisco Shock.
"Pyaw."
Said yes, Zayd Zone.
There's no correlation
We're going to
between
New
the
York
two.
City. Gonna take the polls. Pyaw.
No, congratulations, guys. You, I don't know. They shot more people than the others. Is that how you play Overwatch?
Jesus.
Is that how you play Overwatch?
Better KDAs.
Is that what it is? I don't know. I haven't watched any esports actually because I tried to get into the one that was the closest to soccer, which is
Cricket?
No. Terrible. What's the cars with the soccer cars?
Oh,
Rocket League?
Rocket League, yeah. Wasn't into it.
Yeah, that's not up my alley.
Nah. And then I even tried to get into watching like the Evo stuff with the Street Fighter and everything like that.
Yeah.
Still again, just maybe 2 or 3 matches, and I'm like, you guys got to go again? I'm out. It was literally the SpongeBob meme. Well, I guess
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, like I was.
I can't watch Twitch for more than like 10 minutes.
Well, see, I can watch certain Twitch. Like I've been watching a ton of role playing Twitch.
Unrelated.
I'll have to see when I catch up with Critical Role.
I can't watch
With
Critical
that.
Role.
Like that's only because I've been YouTubing it just to try to catch up, but a lot of times I'm working, so I'm not watching it.
Oh,
so I'll
you're
go
just
back
hearing.
and forth.
Okay.
And so when I actually am able to catch up and then watch it on Twitch, I'll see if I can still do it.
See, I watch the Dungeons and Dragons channels, but see, what I do is I scroll down to who has like one person watching, and then I just watch them. It's like, now you have 2.
Said you're welcome, buddy. You could do it.
I did that for Dark Cloud.
Really?
Yeah, it was like,
Well,
yeah.
it's probably just the only game on the page.
I was like, I want to
Just one
see. I
person
want to
playing
see who's playing it. There was 2 people playing it. Jumped in. He was.
It's like, we got somebody.
No,
Hey,
I,
welcome to the channel. I'm playing Dark Cloud.
I donated $30 to finish him buying.
Wow.
He needed $30 more to buy his sweet headset.
That's.
I never got more appreciative messages in my
I
life
bet.
for the next following. I don't know how long.
I bet.
I was like, you know what? Felt good.
It does feel
And
good.
people
to
giving like $500 to Ninja and shit like that for no reason. Like, cool.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
That man is a.
I didn't know we were in the same room as Saint Adam.
Still hasn't seen Inception.
That's my Halo.
Is that what that was? I thought
I
it was
thought
like
you
the
were
OK
jerking off.
symbol
I
or
don't know
something.
how else to do it.
That's terrible. That's terrible. What else we got in the news here? Test Shuri's prototype suit in Marvel's latest Avengers VR game. Do they still sell the VR things through T-Mobile?
The Samsung ones, no. But my buddy was just telling me that there is a sweet sale on the Oculus. What do they call it? There's
Oculus Rift?
there's the mobile one. You can like put it in your backpack and you get the goggles and everything.
Oh, it's wireless too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess it was like $800, and then it was $600. Now it's down to like $400
Because nobody's
like
buying these freaking things.
for the
They're so
entire.
expensive.
Well, so there's the one you can hook up into your PC, and then there's one that you can just like carry around with you and hook it up to your backpack. But put it in like your backpack, carry it around with you, and I guess it's like similar quality and all that kind of fun stuff. But he was talking me into it, and I'm pretty.
What does it hook up to? It's not hooking up to your like phone or anything, is it?
No, it's just all its own.
It's on its
Its
own
own thing.
wow.
And that's the thing. Like I loved using the Samsung one, but goddamn, did I hate using my phone for it. And
Yeah, me too, because it would overheat my phone.
well, you shouldn't have. Hopefully, you shouldn't have that issue anymore. Well, you might because you dropped my phone. But that was my issue. I think when I had my Note 5, like it was draining the shit out of my battery and it was
Yep.
overheating it. When I went to my Note 8, that didn't become a problem. But then it was just like the longest I ever used it for on there was like 3-4 hours, which is a long ass time.
That's
to
a
just
long time, yeah.
sit in there.
What, just watching movies or something?
No, there's
Yeah, what did you
there's
do?
games on there and stuff you can play.
I literally, the longest I probably stayed on there
You don't
was
have a
maybe.
controller, though. What do you
You
So-
can get a controller, yeah.
At the time, there wasn't a controller when I first bought it, but there was that you tap on the side and stuff like that to use the cursor that was on the side of it.
Huh.
There was a tower defense game that I played that was kind of dope, but then there was that that I think I might have had you guys play that ball breaking that glass.
I remember that one. That was the first one you had me play, yeah.
That just got stuck in there, and she played it for like 10 minutes, and she got like migraine. So it was like,
Oh, yeah, it was kind of hit or miss with a lot of people.
but there wasn't a whole lot of stuff to do on it because it was only the Samsung Marketplace kind of stuff.
I spent about an hour in that planetarium thing. No lie.
Well, see, I really started liking the shark ones and
shark,
the aquarium
yeah.
stuff. Like that stuff was dope, but like there wasn't a whole lot of content on there. But the Oculus has a shit ton of stuff. So
You can go around the whole galaxy, Steven.
that video
Yeah?
was
The
dope.
whole galaxy.
galaxy
It
was
was so sick. And then whenever you see
How
like
do
the
they know
different,
what the galaxy?
you see the different type of suns.
Probes,
The that's it.
finger probes.
Fair.
Just fingering the whole galaxy. When
So
you
there's a hole, I'm gonna fill it.
Like you got to play that one, the Galaxy one, with headphones because they give you like the sound of space.
See, then I paired it up with my Beats, and so that's what I was like demoing for my customers and stuff.
It's so good.
It was fucking cool.
And then you got see like the red giant planets, and
There was
like, whoa, what is this?
There
Like,
was the Jurassic Park one with the
I never got to play that
the
one.
Brontosaurus one. It was like a 3-minute clip or something like that.
Oh no, yeah, the first the little you showed me
where
that
it
one
gets in
too.
your face and it jumps up and you're just like I showed that to like an 80-year-old woman. She almost had a heart attack.
Just killing
It's
people on the
right
job.
there. She was.
Jeez.
I brought it to a beer tasting event, which is I was like, genius! Like everyone's gonna be tipsy. This is gonna be even enhanced. And someone brought their grandma, and she was like, I want to do it. And I was like, okay, I want you to know
This is real.
There's gonna be something right there. And she tried it, and she like, oh my god, and like she was sitting there, and I was like, oh shit, and she took it off. She was like, that was amazing, and I was like,
Adam was like, damn it. She's
Lawsuit-
still gonna be on the road.
lawsuit averted.
Didn't Bertha realize you can close your eyes if it gets scary?
I don't know. What to do.
All right.
I got a response.
All right. Yeah, it's not beamed into your brain.
I mean, if you think about it, if you really you feel like there's a dinosaur right there, closing your eyes, you still kind of feel like there's one there.
It has something to do with your senses. Like it feels real. Your mind, like
no, I watched it and I got. I mean, that was the first thing because he showed me the ball breaking glass game, and then he showed me the dinosaur one, and the dinosaur one is actually pretty. Yeah, where he just comes and walks in front of you and stands there and then does like goes in your face and stuff
Especially
like
with
that.
having like beats on and stuff, because you can like get the vibration a little bit for the steps. But did I show you the horror one?
With a little doll.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Yeah, that one was scary
Oh.
too. Yeah,
horror. Got it.
the horror one. Did I show you the horror?
that one was really good too. Actually, really enjoyed
The
that.
horror.
one.
Spoiler alert! It was just Adam touching your
He
body
said-
the whole time.
What was
like I was like the horror one. He's like, oh, the dolls. Yeah.
we saw that at E3. They had the VR for the adult videos and everything,
Gross.
and it was just a bunch of dudes and like a pool of.
And they were like doing the function,
and it was
body movements.
What
and
they
stuff.
did was they had you in a chair where you would sit down like a little gaming chair, and then you put the VR on. So it was just like 3 chairs, 3 guys in porn land,
all going at each other,
with
thinking that.
another group of guys just all watching them. So I was like, when they take the VR off, they're just gonna see a whole bunch of dudes in their face right there, and that's the real thing.
But then they're done at that point. And
That's
it doesn't matter
terrible.
anymore.
Like
They don't get out of the chair for another 3 hours.
Can I sit here for?
They fall
just a-
asleep afterwards. It's fine.
terrible.
I need a cigarette.
That's terrible.
It's a complimentary sandwich and cigarette.
So back to the actual story of Shuri in the Marvel universe.
right,
everybody.
right.
Tying it all
That's
back
what we're-
together. Marvel
That's what we're
Studios
talking about.
and ILMX Lab, the company behind VR Studios, The Void, have teamed up to launch a new Avengers experience that might appeal to the franchise's millions of fans. The game is called Avengers Damage Control. Now, when I first saw that, I thought the actual
Wasn't there supposed to
team.
be a series?
Yeah, there was a team called the Damage Control, or not a team. It was just like it was about the people that clean up the mess that the heroes leave
Yeah.
when they're destroying the damn city.
I've seen Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Exactly,
I've heard of Damage Control.
they're Damage Control.
Department of Damage Control.
It'll see you fighting alongside heroes like Ant-Man, the Wasp, Doctor Strange, under the instructions of Black Panther's Shuri. So it's live action-ish because they showed Shuri in the trailer at least, like the actual Shuri.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But then, you're using Stark tech with Wakandan tech, so it looked like an Iron Man suit with Wakanda
Patterns
on it. Yeah, like, I don't know. So it says you'll begin the damage control as a recruit, as a recruit invited to test the new prototypes for Shuri's emergency response suits, but you'll find yourself caught in the drama when an enemy from the past tries to steal the tech, a.k.a. Killmonger. Because what else is he doing, right?
I don't know. Dead somewhere? Dying?
And loving it, right? You've seen that movie, right? All right.
Just watched it the other day. too.
Redeemed yourself.
Yeah.
Little
Totally redeemed yourself, yes.
Seen that one
movie,
too.
We've got to ask them.
Working our way back little by little.
You've got to ask them these questions, everybody. You got to ask them these questions. Now, a game that needs to be a movie, Red Dead Redemption 2.
For the pick.
Actually, maybe the second half of Red Dead Redemption
I think
2
you're
should
just
be
talking
a
about
movie.
Red Dead Redemption 1.
Well, yeah,
This
because
would
that's
be a
what the
movie.
first one, that's what the second half of it is, right? It's basically just Red Dead Redemption 1.
The prequel, yeah.
Yeah.
2, 1.
Well, right. Yeah.
That's probably a better movie than, what was the guy's name? Sean? Cody?
Arthur Morgan.
Arthur, there it is.
Sean,
He was
Cody,
forgettable. I'm
Frank-
sorry.
Really?
To me, he was forgettable. As soon as I stepped into the shoes of, geesh.
Arthur Morgan?
No.
Oh,
John Marston.
John
John
Marston.
Marston?
As soon as I stepped into his shoes, I forgot all about Arthur. Like, for real. I was just like, I'm John Marston
That's
now.
just heartless. That's-
No, John is the better character.
I'm sorry, but after playing 2, I forget John's a freaking character.
nah, dude.
What?
John Marston.
That is
Far better
insanity.
character.
I was playing I'm like there's only 2 characters that I'll ever care about, and that is Arthur Morgan and that is Dutch, because
I hate Dutch.
See, that's the thing.
but that's
though.
the thing,
It's
like
with-
you're meant to.
This is going to be a spoilers. So
The game is 7 years
and I
old.
know that's why I'm just throwing it out. Arthur fails. You know what I mean? Like
He
doesn't get to do anything.
He doesn't accomplish one thing,
It's
actually.
just
How-
kind of like
How could he?
the only thing that
mean, how
maybe
could
he
he?
did
Get
is
the black lung pop.
change John's path.
Yeah, that's probably the only successful. But did we need a full game on the one guy that changed John's path? Or should we just get a prequel on how John changed himself as a tall guy?
Like I would have liked John being the main one,
Yep.
and then interacting with the whole group. Arthur still being in there, like as a
Side
key
guy.
player.
That's a side piece.
John Marston was made to be the bitch in the second installment. That's all.
What are you talking
What are you
about?
talking about?
He was. The farthest I've made, the furthest I made is 63% in, and every time he comes up, he's like Arthur just punks the shit out of him.
Are you talking?
I
Well,
wouldn't
maybe
say, I wouldn't say.
I wouldn't say
him.
punk him either.
They have like a rivalry. They don't like each other. In
They're not the closest
He
of
just
friends.
calls him little bitch the entire time, and he goes 6 or 7 more times, man, and I'm out of here.
Well, and then he's also the guy that married the team bicycle. So
Damn.
it's kind of like,
She was not
Easy
She was a
pickings.
lady.
yeah, she was a lady. I didn't say she wasn't a lady, but everybody got to ride. So
Terrible. You had to finish that. Too.
You're a monster.
He's gonna say that. That was gonna be his sign off. All right, guys, this is us. Everybody got to ride on that bike. Everybody got to ride on that bike.
yeah, I didn't say she wasn't a lady because everybody got to ride, but the rest of the crew was like, hey, you were 5th in line, sir. So that's how we're gonna treat you, like you're 5th in line.
I feel like I'm winning this argument now,
But again, coming of age tale of John Marston, how he's goes from 5th to 1st in line. Like it would have been better, like how Steven said, in my opinion, it would have been better if it was just like, this is a prequel for John and you see him as a,
I'm surprised they didn't do that.
yeah,
They really could have.
They could have, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure why they didn't, but by them putting Arthur Morgan in the hot seat, I was like, cool. I like playing as him over playing as.
I also think he had no motivation. I feel like they feigned motivation of him
So
trying to
They-
keep the crew alive
They
or
give
whatever.
you that thing where it's like
they left it up to you, kind of, but
he goes to like this. It's all about the crew, and then he starts to realize like when your leader is basically failing and corrupt, like it's all wasted. And then when it was too late, he couldn't redeem himself, but he was able to turn John's path and save somebody else.
But like that
wasn't
was
himself.
5 minutes of a 100-hour plus game, right? And
Yeah.
the whole argument of they leave that to you, but there's no like choices in the game that leave that to you. Everything always leads in to that 5 minute.
right. So
thing.
the end game is always the end game, but
Yeah.
I was thinking about this as you guys were talking about. So it's always in these types of games where it's like, yeah, you can kill him, you can let him live, da 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 da. I like his duality of a character where his background is, yeah, he's a badass. He'll kill you if he needs to, but he's also has a soft side of him, kind of thing. Whereas you don't like that's all you kind of get through what you see on there. And I like playing as him because I'm like I really feel fine killing 20 people in a room for no reason as him because I'm like, you know what, he would do this. And then at the same time, I feel like in that same scenario, like if I died and I go back doing it, I feel like he'd be that same character that can do either one. And I like that they leave him as that neutral character that it really is. You don't know which way he would really lean.
See, I never got the feeling that he was like a neutral character. I felt like I was trying to play as the good guy in the game, and they were always forcing me to try to be the dick. So, like, when he does get the black lung, from being coughed on by the other guy. I wanted to walk in that situation and be more lenient, but the game's cutscene was like, no, you're not. You're just going to be dickish Arthur Morgan, even though every mission that I've done so far has said otherwise. Like whenever I was chasing the guy back down and that I had a hunt in the very beginning, and then you save him and he gives you a pin and stuff like that. Like
The guy with the cliff.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came.
Like
to
and
mind
then I started helping the ranchers when they were being attacked
no.
and stuff like that. Like I did all these things that were quote unquote good, but then this cutscene tells me you're a dick. So I'm like, there's no duality. You're forcing me into this.
Sounds like duality. It sounds like you had a whole game of you being a good person, but at the end, he's
But
really-
to what end? So like I'm going to be a good person throughout this whole game, but then one cutscene tells me that I'm a bad person.
duality.
That makes no
I
sense.
think it's just one choice. Like
Because think about other games that give you these type of choices. Like any other games that give you the good and even choices.
Mummy
get
2.
that, but-
KOTOR, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. They give you those different type of choices, and you see how your good dark side or light side reflect against other people. Like your companions will treat you differently, right, and stuff like that.
So that is a similar concept. I guess the difference is you don't really know what your background is at all. You don't hear what your story is, so it's really just whatever you do.
but you don't
Whereas
with Arthur.
he has so they talk about him being raised by Dutch and by God damn it, I knew this was
Hosea.
Hosea?
But I called him Horsey.
Terrible.
Called him Horsey the whole time.
Horsea?
Hosea.
So,
Yeah, so
no.
But
you
they never say he was raised like a bad guy. Like they may
No,
had
They bring up his past
grew
and
up
they-
together, quote unquote.
they did what they did to survive.
And
yeah,
that's,
and
like-
I think that's why he's that hardened character.
they talk about all the stuff they did together, like how they would go rob a bank, but then they'd go fishing together in the afternoon, something shit like that. And so that you got a little bit more of it. Not like you didn't get his whole goddamn life story, but
I didn't get the impression that he
and
was
then the
just
chick
a
who
bad guy.
keeps showing up every 5 minutes. I see, that's the thing, and that's what
His ex-girlfriend or whatever.
that whore. Just give it up.
Wow.
Just give it up. That's poor man.
Like this
Jeez.
girl, nah, she was.
She almost redeemed him for me, because when he had that goal of, or like, I'm gonna get her back. I thought that was a cue in the game of how good can you get your good meter to put you on this path to
Are
at
you
least
gonna
get her back.
get her back?
Now, even if you didn't at the end, that would have been fine with me. Like if some circumstances, like you tried everything you could, but you couldn't get her because either a cutscene had her killed off or
Strike one. When she says, "Hey, come save my brother, please. You know we had good times," and then you save him, and she goes, "You'll never change. You'll always be the same," and goes off, and you're like, "What the fuck? Like I just did everything you asked
Yeah.
and didn't kill anybody or whatever."
Okay.
And then the second she's like my dad, please help my dad, and you
I
go and
remember
you
that.
go get that back, and she just calls you like you go see a movie or something.
But you know what flipped? That scene flipped the whole thing for me.
The
when
date scene?
when she agreed to go on a date with me, and I went and I bought new clothes, I got a haircut and everything like that, and we went to the movies and we had a good
and
time.
you sit there for 6 hours, and
I watched the entire thing. I did the little button cues where it was making her laugh and all this type of
I just
stuff.
slowly put my arm around
Exactly.
it.
I was
Ah,
like, this
nailed
is
it.
the
but
thing.
nothing happened, right?
That's what irritated me, because it seemed like this may have been a turning point that they could have done, and it just didn't go anywhere. So right when they gave Arthur Morgan a little bit of hope that he can get some love, they snatch it away. That's basically what had happened, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
I guess they didn't want you to get too attached to him, knowing how the end was going to be. But
So then why create the character?
all I'm saying, no, back to why she was the whore to begin with.
Wow. She was a good woman.
Please, she
Abigail
used
was
the
a good
shit out of him
woman.
the entire time, and he was like, he had that just smallest hope of hopes that something was going to happen, and she just kept getting on a fucking train, riding off in a
She
carriage.
sure did
and it
get
was
on
just-
every damn train that they
just like,
created.
what the hell?
Transcontinental
She would just be
train.
like, "You're not good enough for me, Arthur Morgan." Turn around, train shows up and just fucking jumps into it. And it's like, where the fuck?
Grabbed on it like Blade
she
did at the
summoned-
subway.
Exactly. Exactly.
Dislocated her arm and everything.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I just couldn't latch on to Arthur. It was all about Terry McGinnis. It was the beyond. That's what I was.
John Marston, man.
It's the same
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
It's the same thing.
You can know Terry McGinnis. Okay.
Yeah, no, John Marston. They should have either done prequel that centered around him,
The prequel that sequeled.
Terrible.
That's what they should have done.
or they should have done the sequel starring Jack Marston. That is what I'm talking about.
Card. He's got 9 different dads and he doesn't know it.
I think they should have done that, and then with a time skip, cars are being introduced, like old like crank cars and stuff like that you have to steal and then crank
Slower
it.
than your horse.
Oh my god, that would have been great. I would have loved it.
I still feel like there's stuff they can do with that. What did you rank that game, or what do you rank that game?
Crap, because that was tough because it was getting low ranks until I became John Marston. I promise you. As soon as I started playing as John, I was like,
and you didn't even experience like so much of the game, which is crazy.
And then they killed characters off that were like, just let them walk away into the desert, please.
Now, it's the West.
Yeah, walk away into the desert.
There's no happy endings in the West.
At that time, you could literally, as an adult, just walk away.
I think
and
true.
never come
That's
back.
You knew what you were walking into when the game started and you were in the snow and like, oh yeah, 2 just died of our 30.
But
well, we got
the black guy,
more snipping to go.
Lenny,
one of my favorite freaking characters.
He was dope.
One of my favorite
He
characters.
did go out in a very like
whack way.
It's just like they were on a train and he fell off the train and they never saw him again.
I was like, that's so whack.
I will agree. I was like,
it's like, all right, we're almost at it. Boom.
Well, especially after like the coolest scene in the game is the bar
drunk scene. Yeah, exactly.
And they did do him dirty.
Exactly.
I'll
so that BS,
I'm not saying that he shouldn't have died. I'm fine with him
not
dying.
in the way he
but the
died.
way he died was just like he got shot and it's like, yeah, we lost him. He's dead.
It was like, we gotta go, Arthur. It's like Lenny. Like he's an important character here.
We'll miss him. just does the sign of the cross, keeps running.
Not even like half a cross as he just slaps
He just
the air.
wipes him out of the.
It's like, is that how we get rid of people, huh? Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
I think you get to kill the person that shot, right?
Yeah, but it's just like it's an
No,
NPC. It's Ryan Reynolds in.
I just needed to make sure that I avenged Lenny.
He died on the rooftops.
On the rooftops, click, click, click.
You go to Guarma, whatever the hell.
Cuba.
You come back. You had no time to even give a shit about.
Yeah, you don't grieve whatsoever
and
for Lenny.
Hosea at least got that just like oh my god, surprise kind of right in front of the screen. You're running on the rooftops, you get shot, and you're just like, oh fuck him, and just keep running.
Yeah, like he was just like some other NPC. Like
2 people died in that bank scene, right?
Hosea got shot up front
in the beginning. Yeah.
Okay.
John got taken. John and Sadie got taken. No, Sadie saved everyone. John got
she
taken.
was one of the redeeming qualities for me in the game.
Sadie was good.
I love her
she
character.
was the real love interest.
I wanted
right.
I didn't care that she wasn't an actual love interest, but I really loved that character.
The entire time I'm like, how do I God of War bed scene this?
Yes.
I need this.
She was
just like in Red Dead 1. I like the girl you go to her house, the one that patches you up.
Oh, she's in part 2 as well. Isn't
I know.
She? Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But I was like, I want
farm.
this to happen. But then you just kind of.
Her family owns the farm.
I think her name was Beth or something.
It's the McFarlands. I don't know. I can't remember. But you know what I'm talking about there. Yeah. So, back to your question, what I would have rated that, I probably would have rated Red Dead Redemption. Mind you, we're saying all this because it's coming to the PC November 5th.
Yeah, see, you guys get
we just brought up Red Dead, and then 6 hours later,
in November, PC
I'd probably give it an 8.
You know what's so whack about that though is they didn't get to enjoy 1.
That's true.
So it's like you're going into this half-ass without any.
But maybe it's a good thing because now they can go back. What?
I don't think you had to.
No, you don't really have to.
But like you don't get that like how great
that pixelated
that change was.
John Marston face,
dude.
But to take over as John, you don't get that.
I felt
nostalgia effect.
There was chills whenever I got to play as John. I swear, because I was just like, this feels great. And then revisiting some of the old locations that are in part 1 as John in high definition. Finally, it was like, yeah, this is where it should have been from the beginning. I feel home. I feel home. And then having Sadie riding next to you, Mrs. Adler. Oh my God, an 8. All that to say an 8. I'd give it an 8. Steven?
I actually thoroughly enjoyed that game. From the fishing.
First of all, timeout.
I fished
every damn game we play. Does not matter what it is. If there's a fishing pole, he spends hours on it.
It's funny. I'm the same. I'm the same way. I started with Ocarina of Time for me.
Will not buy top bass pro fishing.
I did. Terrible mistake.
Yeah, you don't buy like
buy a
authentic
fishing game?
simulations.
The
of
worst.
fishing
This is
games.
what you guys do in the game.
No.
To buy a fishing game, awful, because it's just the most just like professional.
You're fishing.
But to play a game that has fishing in it, like what was it, Final Fantasy 15? I loved fishing.
Oh,
in
yeah.
it. I
Oh
love
my
fishing
God,
in there.
it was good. That was solid.
You monsters.
But World
Both
of Warcraft, I fucking hate fishing. I think it's a.
I didn't know they fishing though.
I don't like it. In the
Fishing's
15 years
great.
I've played, I've fished like 7 times. I think.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. This in Legion was the first time I actually
What
cooked.
are you even doing in Classic?
I'm level 47.
You should be fishing.
That's. It cracks me. Did you guys watch the first arc of goddamn MMO fucking it does oh my god, it's Asuna and
Oh, Sword Art.
Sword Art. I
Online?
don't know why that took me forever.
Never watched that.
The first arc. So when they go back to their house on level like 3 or
Yeah,
some
they
shit
have
like
a
that,
fishing
and there's a dude
episode.
fishing, like he's like an old guy, like yeah, I got stuck in the game, just thought y'all young whippersnappers would go finish it. I'm gonna sit here and fish. I was fucking like level 5 running past, and there's people fishing. And I'm like, the game just released yesterday, and you're sitting here fishing? Like, yeah, no, go to the end.
It's like,
Do your raids. I'm gonna catch
got
me.
into the server. I'm just gonna fish my way.
I'm just gonna
out.
catch me. It was literal. The second I saw that, I just saw that old guy saying, "Yeah, you young kids with your level 100 fantasies." Oh god,
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Freaking Warframe came out. It was like, oh, we got a new open world and everything. Fishing is there. It's like there's a lot to explore here,
I just want you to-
Steven.
And Steven's there throwing
Steven's
harpoons, baby.
Like-
that redeems mankind for me right there.
That's
that people can do that. Like, go do this. All right. But
But this pond over
let's
here,
relax.
it's got some
So
stuff in
reminds
it.
me, dark cloud fishing.
That's
Something
terrible.
about this pond.
Very, very necessary for the game.
Terrible. Whole game's dedicated to fishing. Won't play them. One game that has millions of things.
I played it. Terrible. There's fishing.
Did you have the reel? Did you have the reel controller? You need the reel
I think-
controller.
I think I enjoyed one fishing game, and it was a demo I had on the Dreamcast.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, Dreamcast. I don't
think it
remember.
was on
Was
the
it that one where
Dreamcast.
the fish is your face? Like it
No,
talks
no,
to
no,
you
no,
and
no.
stuff like that? What is that called?
Seaman?
Seaman? Yeah. Ugh. That's gross.
No, it was. I think it was like Sega Bass Fishing or something. I really enjoyed.
That sounds like an actual game. So
I
I'm going to
really
say, yeah, it
enjoyed
is.
it.
Sega Bass.
I only played the demo though, because it gave you like 2 minutes to catch whatever fish.
Really?
Yeah, in the demo, and it was just like, all right, go out there, fucking.
They don't do
fish.
demos anymore, do
It's
they?
great.
Like
That's a
time
flashback.
demos.
I had a PlayStation 1 CD of just a shit ton of demos on it.
Yeah.
That was the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's great.
Never got to play any of those games by themselves for the full way through. I just got to play those demos, and I was
Wait, do they not do any demos anymore? Like besides betas, which they call. I'm talking about like
see,
full blown.
I don't know, because some games do like a trial.
It's because they're afraid is
But
what
I
that
think-
is.
I think those are like
just got to get money some way. They're not going to let you test
like the
it.
Xbox Live games.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like the digital games that only come out on the
Yeah,
Xbox.
no, I mean like
or
full blown. Like, can I
It's-
go out and try?
There's no demos anymore. It's called
Borderlands?
renting.
That's terrible. That's true, and that's terrible.
It's smart. They release a product you're not going to get any money on.
So, like Borderlands, we just beat that game, Borderlands 3.
Been out for
Game
A week,
a week.
of
About
the
a week?
year.
and actually, I can't.
I mean, we looked at the list. It wasn't like a.
I can't understate how well written this game is, actually. For a Borderlands game, let that seep into your head. A Borderlands game that doesn't take anything seriously.
The game that gave you, the first one gave you a crap ending.
Yeah.
Second one killed off some of the favorite.
Yeah, kid out
Characters.
favorite parts of the game, and then, and they
third
make
one.
jokes about a diamond horse called Butt Stallion, right?
And the 69 laughing. If you get hit with 69 damage, you laugh.
Exactly. You're like, yeah. So, like, it's all that they gave you, but this third one, for some reason, is written with purpose. Like, it actually, like, they tried to make a good game.
So, are you going off of story, or are you going off of play style,
Both.
or are you going off?
Going off of everything, the whole melting
Perfect?
pot. No, because there's no such thing as perfect.
Well, you were
Uh,
quick to judge that, which means that there's already some things that I'm assuming.
Well, because the only thing I would say is
There's no rolling,
thank you. So there's that.
which is a fair.
I'm glad. I'm just
Okay.
glad you're consistent.
But because there's a thing also in the game, it's not a spoiler, but it made me feel like they were going to go with bringing Roland back, because there's a mission in there where you go and
Somebody-
get this head
Somebody says, "Where's Roland?"
This disembodied head, and you plug it into a VR system, and the VR system recreates the person's body, and then you pull them out of that VR system, and now there's a full-bodied person and the disembodied head that are two of the same people. So I was like, if that technology's around, everybody, why haven't we gone and got Roland, everybody? That makes no sense. Dig him up.
They don't have the head.
Dig him up.
Literally a new use station.
Thank you. There's technology that when you die, they just remake you. The new use station that charges me 10% of my money every single time I die. But Roland, gone.
He's gone. There's no way.
Gone. BS.
But not forgotten.
So that's it. That's your
No,
that's a 9.5 out of 10.
No,
because
there's other things in there. Like the overall ending, and I'll try to do without spoilers since it's still kind of new. Even though the writer of it was like, "Hey, spoiler time's over. We can talk about some things." The ending. No, the ending wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't
but
terrible.
It could have been. It could have been more epic.
It could have been. Yeah, he's right.
Like don't
So
let that fool you.
anticlimactic like the
It's
first
Not
one?
anticlimactic.
good.
It's just like, okay, we're going up. We're going up. We're going up. We've plateaued. We've plateaued.
Oh, so no climax.
There's not really. It doesn't feel like a climax. It just kind of
It
feels
is-
like
it is good though.
it feels like it was good. Like, I don't know. It's like bad pizza, right? I mean, it still got pizza, right?
So bad sex.
Yeah.
Still got sex.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what it is. I mean, let's call a
Doesn't
spade a
matter. Had
spade.
sex.
But the thing I was going to say is the game kind of revolves around the sirens in the game, right? And
Yeah,
they put a lot of
that's
they put a lot of emphasis on the sirens. Like, these guys are powerful. There's so many
We
things.
need the sirens.
Steven plays a siren character. They don't talk to her at all. Like, they just like, oh, we need a siren to do this. We don't have one. Steven's standing there like, hey.
It's a fuck me, I guess, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
basically.
Okay.
I was just like, what? I mean, we got one right here, guys. Anybody?
It's like, oh, we need a siren to channel the powers.
Yeah.
And it's like me, my fucking 6 arms coming
Exactly.
out of my body.
6 freaking
Hey, guys.
psychic arms from a channel. Yeah.
Just look what I can do. I punch.
We need to go all the way back to this planet to get her. And I was like,
Did
no, we
they?
don't.
How was the end game with the guns? Like, are there any legendary guns? Are there any like?
So
Always
that
legendaries.
that is what they've like poured a ton of into this one. There's so many different type of legendaries that it's just like, why weren't
Why are you
wasn't
in a
this thing?
legendary?
Yeah, and there's some like good ones and bad ones. Like they did a very good job with the legendaries in this game. The effects that the legendaries do also very good. And then we've previously stated before, the companies that sucked before are like way better now.
I'm looking for doll guns.
Yeah, like
Before
just way
I
better.
never used doll.
You're looking for dolls.
Yes.
I mean,
all
it's
the
good.
dolls.
It's good.
Oh, the dolls.
Then what they need to fix. Also, that's what another thing is not perfect because the instances that they
Oh, yeah.
promote on there, like, or like, hey, you
There's
can do
a
these.
circle of slaughter.
Yeah,
Is what it,
glitches. So it's a horde mode basically, where you just fight wave after wave
the
after
first
wave.
one, right?
kind of like the Moxie.
Yeah, like the
You played
Moxie in the first
with
one.
us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he did play it.
I played the first one. So there was that little circle thing. You walk in, it was just a little ring, and shit, the skags or whatever keep going out.
Yes, that's exactly what they've brought in this one, but it's glitched so much. Me and Steven and Jerry have
Jerry.
tried to beat it multiple times, but we'll get to a certain
Cranky Jerry.
point and it's terrible. Now you get it. So we'll get to a certain point and either the game froze on me one time or one of the enemies got locked under the level.
that was the last enemy for us.
We beat the entire
Fucking
thing.
to the ground.
Sucked
We did.
so bad.
We shot for the ground for like
Threw
30 minutes and
grenades.
nothing.
Oh my god!
I've
so
seen people
irritating.
online complain about it as well. They've gone to forums and been like, "This, they need to fix this before I go back and play it," because it's a pretty fun, thing. They do need to balance the second one that we tried to play with the human. With the human people,
yeah,
that's
human
a
people
thing. Like,
fucking wrecked us.
so it's the same concept: hordes of enemies, but they're human, they're psychos, and they just wreck every single time. Like,
we haven't tried it recently though. Now that we're
I tried it at level 46. 50
Okay,
is the
never mind.
max. And I still got
Still got
wrecked.
wrecked?
Yeah, still got wrecked. And I always am like, am my weapons weak? Like, what's going on? Like,
The only thing I cared about was the legendary weapons, because when I played the first one through with you, I got the what's the yellow
Sledge
damage
shotgun.
one.
Sledge shotgun.
No.
No.
Of all the damage types, there's the yellow looking one. I forget what it does.
Explosive. You're talking about explosive
Maybe
damage?
maybe it's explosive. But I got a sniper that had that, and it was the I forget what it was, like a tan colored gun, and the damage type was the yellow explosive thing or whatever the fuck, and it was doing an insane amount of damage. And you were like, oh my god, that sniper, that one right there is dope, and blah 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 blah. And then we kept playing, and then it like did nothing. And I felt like every gun I got past that point, like whether it was like green or whatever, was better than that gun, even though I got that gun at the end game and da 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 da. So it made me feel like there wasn't really ever a gun that was better than another. So my question with the legendary guns is there a top gun to get in each section, or
not
can any gun still be better than
it's still very new, because I'll find guns and I'll try to look it up online and see what it does, and people haven't discovered it yet. So
you can also find the same gun
with better stats. Yeah.
Right. And but that's the thing, is I thought I got like the end all be all of sniper rifles.
I don't think there's a such thing.
And I think that was my only issue, is that because at some point it didn't do jack shit against anything, even though it still had like insanely high stats compared to everything else.
Well, see, here's the argument that I think they're going for with that, because one of the things we would sometimes say is like, well, the next one should probably have guns where you can make your own, gun and stuff like that. But their argument against that is that would stop you from trying to grind getting better loot. So it's probably
if you could adjust your gun,
if you find the components that you want to make your perfect gun, why would you go get anything else?
I want something where I can just change. Just give me the sights.
The sights would
Let
be
me change the sights,
because you'd be like, oh, this gun is perfect, and then you zoom in,
keep
and it's
everything
like
the same.
a sniper rifle for a shotgun. It's like,
Let me
I
change
don't need
the
that.
sights.
I think if it was up to you, you make it whatever you want. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, no,
you could grind whatever you wanted.
Yeah,
made it your perfect whatever gun. But then let's say it was missing whatever. Let's say you get it by level 20 or something like that. You need to keep updating it for whatever. You beat the game. I mean, you're only gonna be grinding so much with.
Yeah, but then exactly, that's what I'm saying. So I think they artificially create an endless grind. If you reach level 50 and you can create your gun, and you created the best thing you want, like you've grinded for every single part on the gun, because they actually break it down now. For some reason, I don't know why they like when you inspect a gun.
It's I think in their algorithm, that's how it makes the guns, is the parts.
So they show you that now.
Yeah,
they actually show you this, because you can inspect the gun and then you can go down categories. You can't do anything to each category. You just look at them.
What level were you guys when you beat the game?
I was
40. I think I was 43.
So
I was probably like 44.
What are you guys doing now that you beat the game?
New game plus.
Yeah.
So the game enemies are harder, and then there's still a bunch of side quests we never did, and there's a whole bunch of challenges we never did as well.
Yeah,
and
that stuff carries over into
expansions and stuff, right? That would be the
By the time,
the next one I think in 3 weeks is the Bloody Harvest,
Halloween
which I
stuff.
think is going to be like a Halloween. Yeah.
And then there's still the mayhem modes, which there's 3 tiers of that one, which the third tier is ridiculous. And then there's the instances, the little quick
they have
missions
dungeons
that we cannot get in for some reason. Like, I don't know. That's why it's not getting a perfect score, because these things aren't
completed.
I don't know if they're not complete. We played it one time and then we got kicked out of it. Like we made it to the end and then the guy left and we lost connection from the server.
It's
and
always at the fucking end of the thing too.
Yeah, I feel like they put a lot of work into the story mode and the multiplayer and stuff like that. But then when it came to those extra little add-ons, which I mean they don't make or break the game, but it's just extra stuff that you want to try out your in-game characters in. I don't think they put a lot of time in that, so they definitely get to make an update for that type of stuff.
And to Gearbox's credit, they have been like releasing hot patches.
They have,
stuff like on characters right now. They're trying to balance them.
Yeah, because my character apparently was weak at the end game, which I haven't reached end game yet. So apparently they gave him a big buff to where he's stronger.
Because you got a lot of like your middle level skills were like better than
like where they were way better than in game stuff. Like by the mid tier of my skill tree, I was just like, I don't need anything else below this. Like all this stuff is extra just fluff that I could deal without. Like, I'm good with having a shield that I can throw down, and if an enemy runs into it, he gets electrified and knocked back. So that means I'm stopping the ranged attacks and the melee attacks coming at me as long as my shield ends up staying in the middle of it. So anything below that, okay, cool.
So you have a strong mid-game, weak-late game.
Yeah.
Punch.
So they tweaked it to make it more...
Yeah, I mean, with the way games are now, they should just be able to
Update that mofo.
fix everything.
But it's good. I mean, if you haven't picked it up, I would definitely pick it up. I don't know if you're crazy or not. If you
Out of
haven't
10,
picked it
did
up.
you say what your out of 10 was on this one?
Probably 8.9 because of those DLC, or not DLCs, but those instances things not working. That's what's killing it. That's not what's putting it into the 9 range for me. As soon as that happens, we're going 9.5. 9.5. 9.5. This is what we got to give it.
Yeah, it's a pretty reasonable thing. I mean, I would just give it the solid 9.
I don't know who doesn't just say 8.5, 9.0.
I just give it
8.913.
And a quarter.
It's definitely a game that I'd recommend to people. Get it because it's if you
Smoke.
If you
if you like
haven't played the originals,
if
the
you
other
like shooters, you like games like Diablo, where it's just a loot and
shoot.
grind stuff like that. Get it because you're gonna enjoy it.
I promise you, I can't go back to 1 or 2. It's not one of those things where it's like now I can I can go
you
back
don't
and
have to.
yeah, because it has everything the other ones have and more. So I mean, I can't.
I'm not mad when a game does that.
I'm not either.
It keeps me playing it, but it makes it to where the other ones are kind of obsolete.
The last one that did that is FIFA 20. So
Well, they just fucking
let
hack
that
all your shit.
let that simmer in your spirit right there. Let that.
guess
They almost got your face.
Yes.
You would have been a fan in a crowd.
Almost.
All tall girls in the background.
How dare you? Movie's good. Tall Girls, everybody on Netflix. Tall Girls on there.
God damn it! I have to release some more pictures of.
Was that everything?
Are we
Shuri?
2 hours in?
I think it's time to wrap it before we tap it. Yeah, it is.
It is time
Right.
to wrap it before we
Yeah, it is. That awkward
Lord.
time. Here we go. So, everybody, thank you for listening. We are going to be doing some more stuff, hopefully, in the near future that people are excited for.
You might as well just record that fucking line.
And just put it like on every single one. I think I will. But right now, the thing at Oblivion. So we did podcast workshops at Oblivion. Went smashingly bad. And so we're not going to be doing that anymore. I mean, it's nobody's real fault. Like,
Just a couple people almost got arrested.
yeah, I mean,
thing.
it's a.
You had to be there in order to experience it. It's one of those.
Let's
shows.
just say
What happened?
we're not allowed downtown anymore.
Also, I was with you last Monday.
If anybody asks, got us.
Just
There you go.
Yeah.
But we probably will do something a little different.
by the way, can you hold my knife?
I've been meaning to
Terrible.
mention this to you, Brick. You're probably wanted for murder.
Terrible. Said, don't use your credit cards today. All right, just
Just
today.
cash.
just cash it. Yeah, just cash. So no. We got some other ideas though. We might be doing some spooky stuff for the Halloweens. Something that might have something to do with Stranger and Things.
What's that?
Season 4? Huh?
You're back down to just not
what's all
redeemable.
that?
I can't believe you haven't watched that either. But anyway, yeah. So we'll.
Are you working for the Russians? Who are you?
Wasn't it Red?
He said
Yeah,
dos
they would.
for that. Yeah,
They would watch that.
that's terrible. So yeah, just keep on the lookout for that one. And then the other podcast that hopefully we can get to sometime this month. We'll see. We'll see.
There's a lot of work to be
There's a
done.
lot of work. There's a lot of work. But thank you for listening. So let's wrap this up. For the internationally known Steven Gutierrez,
Hey.
Adam,
Hello.
never seen a movie in his life. C.
I've never seen. You almost
Ah, almost.
had it. You almost had it. You
Damn
almost
it.
had it.
Next episode.
You gotta delete this, start over.
Start it all over at the beginning. I am Sir Aaron Carter saying that is enough internet for today.